far away are we?
In this league, and especially with got a Friday night delight here in the Valley of the Sun as TCU, number 24 in the country, comes a calling against the Sun Devils of Arizona State, the defending Big 12 champions. Hello, everyone. I'm Tim Brando. By my side, old number 98, Devin Gardner. You'll hear from Josh Sims momentarily. Listen, we've talked about it ad nauseum through this season already. A lot of great quarterbacks you haven't heard of, but I think maybe the most under-publicized is Josh Hoover of TCU.
Yeah, coming into this season, not many people had Josh Hoover as one of the best quarterbacks in the country, including myself. However, I'm not the guy that wants to be right. I want to Colin Cowherd, and when you look at the tape, the more you look at it, the more you love him. How about what the tape says about this really talented quarterback? Firstly, he is an elite, high-level processor. He knows exactly where to go with the ball and how to get it there. His intermediate accuracy is very impressive, and then the ability to make plays, that's not something where his game is built on, but last week he proved that he can do it when his team needs him. Tonight, I'm just telling you, Tim, a star could be born.
Well, with that in mind, the Arizona State Sun Devils are making their way onto the field before what was dubbed a blackout night, and it is a sellout. But the late arriving crowd, due to the inclement weather we had all afternoon, might play into TCU's favor, but we'll have to wait and see. Given the circumstances last week with Arizona State, they got out of Baylor with a win, but Dillingham would tell you in a heartbeat, we got away with one. Without the turnovers their defense forced, the offense did not play up to their potential, which means Sam Leavitt had better be as advertised tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. For Arizona State, they're going to win or lose this game on the arm and legs of Sam Leavitt. And I'm just telling you, they go as he goes. And I want to show you a play from last week to show his skill set and what he's capable of. It seemed like Baylor had him, right? They did everything right, seemingly, and this guy made them wrong. They covered everybody. They had guys over the top. They rushed. They didn't get out of their lanes. They pushed him back in the pocket. They had a spy, and then he does what? He runs back, he finds a lane, and he goes and makes a play because that's what he does. For TCU, if you don't have an answer for that, it could be a long night in the desert.
Well, we have a special one in the Big 12, and it's coming to you from the desert, right here on Fox.
Turn that camera. Turn the camera. Brett, don't get in my space.
The weather has cooled down by more than 20 degrees after all of that rain here in Tempe. Very comfortable atmosphere. with a rare level of humidity at 83% after all of the rain. But the student body, as you can tell, is out in force, and the rest of this crowd is making their way in. The toss was won by TCU. They deferred, so Arizona State will receive. Nate McCashland will handle the kickoff chores for tonight's game. Sam Besessi is also going to see some time, and McCashland also handles the field goals. They lost their regular field goal kicker to practice earlier this week with a lower left leg injury, and it goes through the end zone for the touchback. So let's go down to Josh Sims. Josh?
Well, Timmy B, Sonny Dykes called this one of his best defensive units he's had in his time coaching. And one of the linchpins of that defense is senior safety Bud Clark. The ball-hawking, hard-hitting safety is good enough to go to the pros, but he came back for another year to improve on his skills and work on getting a championship. When he found out about ASU's wide receiver Jordan Tyson, said he was excited to go against this guy. If those two get matched up in this game, look out for fireworks, Tim.
All right, Raleek Brown is in the backfield. He carried it, touched it 24 times in the game with Baylor last week. They don't want him to have to touch it that much in tonight's game. As you look at Sam Levitt, young man out of West Lynn, Oregon, who has been such a wonder kid. Big 12 Player of the Year season ago, transferring in from Michigan State in 23. He is the heart and soul of this team. And up front, he'll be behind Coleman at center, who has been fantastic in calling offenses. And there's Jordan Tyson right on cue, as mentioned by Josh Sims momentarily. Vernon Glover, number 26, with a tackle, but it's a gain of 11 and a first down.
Yeah, it's a nice job of getting their guy involved early in the game. A week ago, he was held to just 7 receptions for 43 yards and 1 touchdown, a critical touchdown, I might add. But getting him involved early is very important in this game.
And it took him 2.5 quarters to get his second catch of that game. Baylor was all over him. He has to learn to be one of the hunted this year. As Raleek Brown got away, they thought they had progress stopped. They're going to rule him down at the 44. Austin Jordan will be credited as he stepped out. Gain of 4, so it's second down and 6.
It's a nice start for Levitt. You can see here he's going to wrap up, and I think he does fall on top of him. He's not down. I think that might be a mistake by the referees there, and TCU got away with one.
They did, and I think they may have thought that the knee hit when he was trying to brace himself and get up. It did not.
So that's something you can't review, though, because the play was stopped. It stopped, and you have to live with it.
Absolutely. That's a slant thrown behind Malik McLean, the redshirt senior out of Daphne, Alabama. This is a team that relies so heavily on Tyson. And
there we go, that lower shin might have grazed the turf, right?
I don't know. I think they got away with one. I do.
It's all water on the bridge now.
Yep.
Third
It is
down.
As we say, video heaven. Third down and 6. A lot of 12 personnel in this offense. Brown trying to bounce out. Hard to do it. Oh, the ball came out late. Are they going to rule it a fumble? It came out late. TCU says they've got it. As he was going down, the ball came free.
And as we talked about, it rained profusely all day, so you know that ball security, slipping, all those types of things come into play tonight.
Zach Chapman looks to be the guy that came away with it. And it is a fumble recovered by the Horned Frogs, and the elements do come into play here.
Our partner Josh R. Sims talked about him at the top.
Yep.
You can see Bud Clark doing his best to rip that ball away. I think they will review this,
yep,
and they're going to have to take another look. It looks like his knee is down, and he did keep a grasp on that football. It's something that needs to be reviewed, I think, and it looks like they're going to stop it.
Previous play of a fumble is under further review.
They had about a 1-yard gain. The officials were very late to make a decision on this. A lot of times they allow replay to do its job. But forward progress, it seemed, had not been whistled dead.
Yeah, and the issue would be, did his knee go down before you got real movement from the ball?
Yeah.
And though Bud Clark was snatching at the ball, it still feels like to me Raleek Brown had good control. Let's take a another look here. Here's the knee down, and I feel like he still has control of that ball, even though Bud Clark is snatching at it. That's a nice job by both players because Raleek Brown, that's tough to do with one hand, and Bud Clark trying to break that ball out.
But is it enough to change?
Yeah,
the
because
decision?
of the ruling on the field.
Yeah, the ruling on the field is fumble. This would, in my opinion, be very, very difficult to change because you're right. He had some control, but the ball was being wrested away. Let's go to Mike Pereira back in our Los Angeles studios. Mike?
Yeah, we do see the ball getting ripped away. It's just as that right shin and leg down. It almost seems to me the arm is coming away from the body, which makes it look difficult, but I think he still has control. And again, all of us, including you guys, are going, I think, and I think is not a reason to change. So we'll just see if they get a clear look at this, then maybe we're getting, but boy, it's very close.
It is.
All right, Tim, you know, as I do, I'm going to get on the table here. I'm going to get on the table and say, they're going to say that he did not fumble the football.
I'm going to disagree with you.
All right, here we go.
I'm going to say that they're going to rule it, that there's just not enough irrefutable evidence. This would be, by the way, Arizona's first lost fumble of the season, if in fact the ruling is upheld. And Michael Vandeveld is our referee. The replay official, Gene Simcoe, hard at work. In a lot of ways, the delay in even ruling it as a fumble gave me some pause on all of this.
Hey, Tim, remember, I'm on the table.
I know you are.
I know that they are going to reverse this call, and it's going to be a punting situation for Arizona State rather than a turnover.
It was a heck of a play by Clark, regardless.
Why else do you think our great partner...
After review, the runner's knee is down. It'll be 4th down. Arizona State's ball.
Devin Gardner is 1 for 1. How about that? And by the way, I would like to thank publicly Mike Pereira in our Inside Football tape this week. He gave some homage to yours truly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Mike. Matt McKenzie is going to boot it away. He'll get it off at about his 35-yard line. Back deep. Gordon Dwyer, number 7. A low trajectory punt. Not his best. Out of bounds at around the, I'm going to say maybe close to the 25. And that's where TCU will take over first down. And here comes Josh Hoover. And this guy is magnificent. Now in his 4th season at TCU. And he has come such a long way in that particular time. Last year they got on a roll in the latter half of the season after a difficult start. And there is no denying now the confidence that Kendall Briles, his offensive coordinator, and his head coach Sonny Dykes has in him running this air raid. Trent Battle is in the backfield, and he'll carry it on first down, nothing doing. In fact, he lost a yard. Keyshawn Elliott, who's all over the place, number 44, the senior out of Richmond, Missouri, comes in to make the tackle, and it's 2nd down and 11.
Yeah, Tim, I concur with everything you said about Josh Hoover and the confidence this staff has in him.
Play fake, and now bootleg action, and he slipped there and was in all kinds of hurt as he rolled right into Elijah O'Neal, one of those outstanding defensive ends. They got 3 of them. This 5th-year senior made the play.
I talked about the conditions, the slipping of players, and usually you see the defensive player slip, but right there, trying to make a play on the edge, Hoover goes down. What a nice job by Elijah O'Neal.
3rd down and 24 after the loss of 13. Hoover just trying to get a little bit of field position, one would think. He is dumped at the 23-yard line, and Miles Reiser, the strong safety, he is a heat-seeking missile here, the senior out of Detroit City.
And you know exactly where he's from. He doesn't talk a whole bunch. However, when he comes to make a play, you hear the noise. Outstanding job coming from his middle position as a safety to go make that play on Hoover, who was really getting down the field and had some space.
I'll say this about Hoover. He got hit a bunch in that SMU game, the Iron Skillet game a week ago, but he bounced right back up all afternoon long and did the same right there. How about this kick from Ethan Craw? Wow. Inside the 10, and they will down it at the 6. What a marvelous sunset here in the Valley of the Sun. That was a 70-yard boot. Fox College Football is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Home and auto coverage you can count on. Tim Brando, Devin Gardner, Josh R. Sims. Here at Mountain America Stadium, originally known as Sun Devil Stadium, where all of those wonderful Fiesta Bowls were played prior to the new stadium in Glendale. This is what Arizona State's done this year. That loss in Starkville came off a blitz by the nickelbacker, and he slipped after coming from 17 down to take advantage. They were stoned at the line of scrimmage, then gave up a 60-yarder to Blake Shapen, former Baylor quarterback, now playing in Stark Vegas, and they lost that one. They believe that game was an anomaly, and they're going to make people forget about it as they get on a roll. That's Kyson Brown back in the lineup. They missed him a week ago. Obiizar, Namdi Obiizar, number 4, making the stop. There's Sonny Dykes, now in his 4th season with a historical first year in 22. Got them all the way into the college football playoff. Beat Michigan in the semifinals in the Fiesta Bowl before dropping the championship game to Georgia. Hoping to get the fire burning yet again in Fort Worth. Here's Levitt doing what he does best, ad-libbing after the play breaks down, getting a little something when it looks like nothing is available. And he's got a 3rd and manageable coming up, 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, if you're Sam Levitt right now, you have to know in the shadow of your own end zone, the big mistake can't come here, right? You are perfectly okay with punting this football away. If you can get the first down, that's all well and good. But turnovers and bag mistakes in this situation is not good for your football team.
Brown remains the setback. They have trips up to the top of your screen. Levitt rolls towards Tyson at the 40. When in doubt, Levitt will always look in that direction. And we've got a marker down.